The weather's finally breaking and we're getting some nice weather so we can go outside and enjoy the scenery, enjoy all the things that come with being outdoors, and we can visit the farm. I thought we would take a nice little trip to the farm today, and we'll go over some of these animals that you find on the farm. These are the common animals that you'll find on the farm. I would like to note before we begin that almost all of these farm animals are in the masculine gender. The only thing that is on this first picture is the sheep, which is a neuter gender, which is S Schof, and the cow, obviously a cow is female, the Kuh, and then the cat is also feminine, die Katz. So we'll go over these. Let's begin. Let's start at the top on the left. Der Esel. An Esel is a jackass or a mule, and we're going to visit him and see how he sounds. Oh, der Esel. Then we're going to go to the horse, and that is called der Gaul. Der Gaul is the horse. And we'll listen to the horse. Yes, der Gaul is the horse. Then we'll go to the sheep. Es Schof. And the sheep goes bah, bah. The sheep. Es Schof. That's the neuter. Then we will go to the cow. Die Kuh. And the cow goes moo. Moo. That's the cow. Then we'll see the goat. The nanny goat, sometimes they're called, but a goat is also a masculine. Der Gase. Der Gase. We'll hear how he sounds. That's the goat. The goat. Next, we'll go to the rabbit. I really don't know exactly how rabbits sound, so we'll just leave it as that, and we'll call it what it's called, der Hase. And what's funny is Hase is my ancestry. The relatives on my mother's side were Hases. We had a big rabbit patch and a lot of rabbits. Believe me, there were lots of rabbits in the Hase family. Then we're going to the pig. Pig is also feminine, die Wutz or die Sau, depending on where you're at. Sometimes if people are quite hungry and they eat a lot, sometimes when kids like to have a couple bottles of milk, you say the kleine Wutz, a little pig. That is called die Wutz or die Sau, the pigs. And so we'll see how he sounds. Oink, oink, oink. Oink, oink. That's the pig. Then we're going to go to the dog. And the dog is also masculine. Der Hund. Der Hund. Oh, oh. That's the dog. Der Hund. And then we go to the cat. And the cat is also feminine, die Katz. Meow, meow, meow. These are our common farm animals that are found in the barnyard and around the farm. We'll go around the barnyard a little bit to where the chickens are. We won't go down to the pond yet where the ducks are, so we won't have that on this picture, but we will go where the chicken coop is and near the barnyard. And we'll discuss a few things that we find there. First of all, the barn is called a shire, and that is a feminine gender. The shire, that's the barn. Sometimes the barnyard can be called the shirehof or the mischthof. And mischt is manure, so sometimes where they keep the manure is in the barnyard, so that would be why they call it their mischthof. But you can call the barnyard either der Mischthof or the Shirehof, and that would be masculine. But the barn itself is called die Shire, which is feminine. And then the fence that keeps the animals in and the animals out is also feminine, defense, defense. And the field is neuter, esfeld, esfeld. The fields are for hay and for corn and all of those good things. And then we see the creek down in the background of the picture. It's called Die Grick. I grew up right near the Lizard Creek, and it was quite a nice creek. People used to like to fish there. Some people like to go for walks and go across the creek. Die Grick is the creek. And then we see the hay, where there's a little trough there with hay for the animals. Es hoy, that is a neuter, and that is called es hoy, the hay. Now the chicken is a neuter, and it's called es hinkel. Es hinkel. It can be a chicken or a hen. All right. Then we also see the rooster. We hear him crowing in the morning. Cock-a-doodle-doo, he says, get up. It's time to get up. And of course, the Hona is what my mom used to call the rooster, their Hona. Where we lived, we called roosters Hona. A rooster was called a Hona. Kikari, somebody else may call it, but where we lived, it was a Hona or a Hana, depending on where you live. Again, some of the pronunciations are just a little bit different. Almost everybody knows, at least the ones that are Pennsylvania Dutch, know that an egg is as oi. You have an oi for breakfast. If you have more than one, it's oyer, the oyer. And just for the record, there's a children's name for an egg that's called esgaki. Esgaki. Eat your gaki. It's children's word for an egg. Well, I hope you had a nice trip around the barn, around the farmyard, and maybe next trip we'll go down to the pond and discuss some of the things that we see around the pond. Until then, Mock Scoot, and have a great day. This lesson was brought to you by Easy Deitch. Until next time, Mock Scoot.